What if a ship's final message was a scream from beyond the grave? In the summer of 1947, a chilling SOS pierced the silence of the Strait of Malacca. The Morse code transmission came from a Dutch freighter, the SS Ourang Medan. It began with a report of the entire crew's demise, followed by a frantic, jumbled message, and ended with a single, terrifying word, "I." Then, silence. When a rescue vessel reached the ship, they found a scene of unimaginable strangeness. The crew was found in their positions, eyes wide open, faces turned towards the sky, their expressions frozen in a moment of ultimate fear. There were no signs of a struggle, no visible injuries. Before any answers could be found, the Ourang Medan mysteriously caught fire and exploded, sinking to the ocean floor and taking its ghastly secret with it. Was this a case of piracy, a release of toxic gas, or something far more sinister? This is the story of the greatest maritime mystery that never officially happened. The year is 1947. In the bustling sea lanes of the Strait of Malacca, radio operators are the unseen guardians of the waves, their ears tuned to the ceaseless chatter of Morse code. Suddenly, a new signal cuts through the static, weak but desperate. It's a distress call, unlike any they have heard before. The message is disjointed, a frantic tapping that speaks of pure terror. All officers and captain are lying in the chartroom and on the bridge, possibly whole crew. The dots and dashes paint a horrifying picture aboard an unknown vessel. British and Dutch listening posts strain to pinpoint the source, sharing fragments of the terrifying transmission. The operator's hand trembles as he sends the message, his fear palpable across the miles of ocean. Then comes a final garbled series of clicks, a struggle to form words. And then a single, chillingly clear phrase is deciphered, "I follow." The signal abruptly cuts out. A profound and unnerving silence descends upon the airwaves, leaving the listening world holding its breath. The phantom ship, which would come to be known as the SS Ourang Medan, had just broadcast its own epitaph, leaving behind a question that would echo for decades. What happened in that final silent moment? Responding to the ghost transmission's estimated coordinates, the American merchant ship Silver Star charts a course through the placid waters. Hours later, a silhouette materializes in the tropical haze. A Dutch freighter, the SS Ourang Medan, adrift and eerily quiet. The captain of the Silver Star orders his crew to hail the vessel. Horns blare across the water, but the only reply is the gentle lapping of waves against the silent hull. There is no flag, no sign of life, no movement on the decks. A profound sense of unease settles over the rescue crew as they prepare a boarding party. Climbing aboard, they step into a scene of unnatural stillness. The entire crew of the Ourang Medan is accounted for, yet none are alive. They are found frozen in place, their bodies contorted in their final duties. On the bridge, the captain stands rigid at the helm. In the radio room, the operator's fingers are still on the Morse key. Their faces are a uniform mask of shock, eyes wide open and fixed on the unforgiving sun, as if witnessing some unspeakable final vision. Even the ship's dog is found in a similar state, its teeth bared in a silent snarl toward an unseen adversary. It is a tableau of sudden, collective cessation, a ship of statues on a lonely sea. The boarding party from the Silver Star, shaken by their grim discovery, makes a swift decision. The Ourang Medan cannot be left adrift, a floating tomb on a busy shipping lane. The only option is to tow it to the nearest port, for a full investigation. As they prepare the tow lines, a strange phenomenon is noted. Despite the oppressive heat on the steel decks, an unnatural chill emanates from deep within the ship, particularly the lower cargo holds. The air feels heavy, thick with an unseen presence. Before the tow can even begin, a wisp of smoke is seen curling from the number 4 cargo hold, but within minutes the wisp becomes a plume, and the plume becomes a raging inferno. The fire spreads with impossible speed, as if fueled by something far more volatile than standard cargo. The rescue crew scrambles back to their ship, forced to sever the tow lines. From a safe distance, they watch in awe as the Ourang Medan is consumed. Then, a final cataclysmic event. The ship is lifted from the water by a massive explosion, tearing its hull apart before it sinks beneath the waves, vanishing completely in moments. All evidence and all answers are now lost to the depths. With the Ourang Medan gone, the story becomes an unsolvable enigma. The tale, appearing in Dutch Indonesian newspapers and later the Associated Press, captivated the public. Yet, when historians and investigators began to dig, they hit a wall of silence. The world's most comprehensive shipping registry, Lloyd's of London, has no record of a vessel named the SS Ourang Medan. Other international registries turn up nothing. The ship seems to have sailed from a port that does not exist for a company that never was. Even the supposed rescue ship, the Silver Star, presents its own puzzles, with ambiguous or conflicting records for the period. Was the name misreported? Was the entire encounter a fabrication, a sailor's yarn? The lack of a paper trail is the story's most profound mystery. A ship cannot exist without documentation, ports called, cargo logged, crews signed. The Ourang Medan is a ghost in the archives, a phantom that left only a chilling distress call and the testimony of witnesses who may not have existed. The search for the death ship becomes a search for a ghost, a vessel that perhaps only existed in the final moments of its phantom broadcast. While tales of pirates, paranormal events, and even extraterrestrial encounters have swirled around the Ourang Medan legend, a more grounded and scientifically plausible theory has emerged from the shadows. This explanation centers on the ship's cargo, which some accounts say was unregistered and dangerous. The theory posits that the Ourang Medan was smuggling a lethal mix of potassium cyanide and nitroglycerin. In the heat of the Strait of Malacca, seawater could have leaked into the cargo hold, initiating a catastrophic chemical reaction. The potassium cyanide, upon contact with water, would release clouds of hydrogen cyanide gas, a potent asphyxiant. This would explain the sudden, simultaneous death of the entire crew, their frozen expressions of terror, a hallmark of suffocation. The nitroglycerin, notoriously unstable, could have then been destabilized by the reaction or the resulting heat, fueling the powerful explosion that ultimately destroyed the ship. This mundane theory provides a coherent explanation for every bizarre element of the story, from the crew's condition to the vessel's fiery end. It suggests not a supernatural horror, but a real industrial catastrophe at sea. With no official explanation, the void was filled with chilling speculation. The most mundane theory pointed to a catastrophic failure within the ship's own systems. A smoldering fire in the boiler room could have released a silent, invisible cloud of carbon monoxide, incapacitating the crew before they could even raise an alarm. This would explain their sudden, peaceful passing. but it did not account for the expressions of sheer terror frozen on their faces. A more sinister whisper emerged from the shadows of post-war intrigue. What if the Ourang Medan was a ghost ship in more ways than one, operating off the books? It was rumored to be carrying a secret undeclared cargo, perhaps a volatile cocktail of nitroglycerin and potassium cyanide, or even experimental nerve agents left over from the war. A small leak in this deadly payload would have caused rapid asphyxiation and convulsions, perfectly matching the grotesque final moments of the crew. This theory also neatly explains the subsequent explosion that erased the vessel from existence, conveniently destroying all evidence. It remains a haunting possibility, a story of a secret mission gone catastrophically wrong, lost to the depths along with the ship itself, forever shrouded in mystery and government denial. Yet, the most shocking theory about the SS Ourang Medan is not what happened to its crew, but that the ship itself never existed at all. For decades, diligent researchers and maritime historians have scoured the most comprehensive records in the world. They have pored over the meticulous pages of Lloyd's Register of Shipping, the definitive Bible of naval architecture and ownership. No vessel named Ourang Medan is listed. They have cross-referenced insurance logs, port authorities, and naval archives from every nation with a presence in the region in 1947. The result is always the same, a complete and unnerving silence. The story first appeared in print in the early 1950s, not in official reports, but in pulp magazines and publications dedicated to the paranormal and unexplained. It seems the tale, with its chilling SOS message and ghastly tableau, may be nothing more than a masterfully crafted piece of sea lore, an urban legend of the high seas. It is a ghost story that escaped the confines of a ship's galley to be told and retold, each telling adding another layer of unverifiable detail. The ship may not be real, but the legend has proven to be immortal, a testament to the power of a good mystery and our enduring fascination with the unknown abyss.